everyone, and my name is Eula, and today we're gonna read Ivy and Ben. It's the second Ivy and Ben book, Coding and the Goals That Had to Go. And now we are gonna start reading at Who is Ugly Guy? Who is that ugly guy chapter? And then the reading at the next chapter, okay? And now, are you ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. And first you can read is Ivy and Ben and the Ghost That Had to Go. Who's that ugly guy? Even before Ivy and Ben were friends, they had both been in Miss Arbora Tate's second grade class. They didn't sit together, but after the day they threw worms at Ben's sister Nancy, they asked Miss Arbora Tate if they could share the table. Miss Arbora Tate just loved it when people were friends. She smiled and said, "That's wonderful, girls. The two of you will be a great team." After a minute, she added, "But if there is talking, I'm going to have a spreading to you." So far, Ivy and Ben have spreaded 6 times, but this was not a big surprise. Ben had been separated from everyone in the class at last once, no matter who she sat next to. Ben talked. Even Macadam, who mostly talked to himself, had to be separated from Ben. Once Miss Arbora Tate had been sit by herself, but Ben just talked louder. Ben tried not to talk. She promised not to talk, but every day she talked. Mostly she was trying to be helpful. She was trying to explain things to kids who didn't understand. For example, regrouping. Eric didn't understand regrouping. Miss Arbora Tate had explained it, but he didn't understand it, so he added instead of scratching. But Ben couldn't stand to him added when she knew he was supposed to subtract. Just knowing that he was adding made it impossible for her to do her own scrutation. She had to tell him that he was doing it wrong. She had to tell him how to do it not right. Ben is only responsible for Ben, Miss Arbora Tate keeps saying, but Ben thought that wasn't true, because Miss Arbora Tate also keeps saying that the class was like a family, and families are responsible for each other. When Ben pointed this out, Miss Arbora Tate opened her mouth and then closed it again. Ivy was very quiet. She was the quietest kid in the class, so Miss Arbora Tate kept putting Ben back with Ivy. "I think she hopes it will rub off on me," Ben explained to her mom. "But so far, it hasn't." Even though she hadn't learned how to be quiet, Ben had learned a lot by sitting next to Ivy. One thing she had learned was that Ivy wasn't as quiet as she seemed. Ivy talked. She just talked so softly that no one could hear her. After lunch, the second graders had science. They were doing unit on dinosaurs. Ben's favorite were the ones had big bony skulls. They had cracked together when they fought Ivy like a bird. Dinosaurs with feathers and sharp claws and red eyeballs. Today, the second graders were learning about swimming dinosaurs. Actually, they weren't dinosaurs at all. Miss Arbora Tate was saying these preschool prey his creatures are called marine reptiles. The marine reptile is Pterodon. Eric Howard waving his arm in the air. Pterosaur, breathed Ivy, so only Ben could hear her. Pterosaur, said Ben out loud. I like that way, Dad. Emma is raising her hand. Emma? Said Miss Arguvatate. Emma stared at her. I forgot. Miss Arguvatate said, Ben, will you repeat what you said? Pterosaur, said Ben. Ivy said it. Really? Thank you, Ivy and Ben, said Miss Arguvatate. Then she held up a picture of something that looked like a whale and a giraffe grew together. Who's that ugly guy? Deuce shouted. Then he laughed so hard that he fell out of his chair. Deuce, will you please go in the room? Said Miss Arguvatate. Deuce, Howard Eric. He fell out of his chair too. Miss Arguvatate has put out a picture down in her lap. Class, if you didn't make more nature lessons, I have to put you in the marine reptile marathons away, she said. Is that what I should do? No, the second grade muttered, feeling ashamed. They loved marine reptiles and they loved Miss Arguvatate. Miss Arguvatate smiled. She held up the picture. Now the largest of appearances that have in Ellesmere. As if you can see it, this picture, it had an extremely long neck. Does anyone have theory about why such a long neck will be useful? You could wrap it around somebody's and squish them until they were dead, said Drew. Like this. He put out his arm around Dennis's neck and began to squeeze. Drew, stop that! I wasn't going to do for real. I'm just showing. Then raise your hand. Maybe they could reach up out of the water and eat birds or something. That's an interesting theory, Ben, said Miss Arguvatate. And does anyone else have a theory? Other way around. Ivy murmured. What? Said Ben. They reached down under the water, breathed Ivy. Ivy has a theory, Miss Arguvatate, said Ben. Do you want to share it with the rest of us, Ivy? Said Miss Arguvatate. The Ellesmere probably use a long neck to go down to seafloor, eat stuff there, said Ivy softly. Very good thinking, you two, said Miss Arguvatate, smiled, and Drew, your theory may be correct as well. Please leave Benessa alone, but unfortunately we have no way to provide these things, theories, one way or another. Since that's an Ellesmere that wasn't the word, boys and girls. Excellent! They hovered, except for the large nest monster, said Ivy softly. Yes, Ivy, said Miss Arguvatate. Can you name another type of marine reptile? Said Ivy. She was stuck. Miss Arguvatate probably didn't believe in Loch Ness Monster. Ivy couldn't think of any other marine reptiles. I said, I can go to the bathroom. Oh, I said, can I go to the bathroom? Oh, said Miss Arguvatate. Go along. After the door had closed behind Ivy, Ben waved her hand in the air. Miss Arguvatate, I have to go too. Are you sure, Ben? Said Miss Arguvatate. Yes, bad. Ben held her breath, turned her face red. If your face red, Miss Arguvatate usually let you go. Miss Arguvatate still looking doubtful. Go on then, but come back ASAP. ASAP was Miss Arguvatate's words for fast. Now, there's a next chapter called Portal. Now, Dave came out not for the real toilet, to find that some ghost You know, we saw it yesterday. Oh yeah, the ghost. The vampire bats and some ghost toilet. They're going to the ghost bathroom. So, not for the toilet, not for your body, it's for to find out the ghost. Now we're gonna figure the ghost tomorrow. Maybe, but when I have a lot of time to read this book at the Yangzheng Library, then I'm gonna read all of them at there. Okay, now did you have fun? You listening to Country? Come back with some this book, well, not this story because there might be a new chapter to read, maybe a new week and a new stories if I have a lot of time to read all of them. Okay, now please thumbs up my YouTube. Bye bye everybody and have a nice day. Bye.